Ah, hello, my children, all of you. I decided tonight to pick a subject that's a little bit hee-hawish. Yeah. Tonight we're going to talk about love and exactly what it is, but only sort of two phases of it. Yeah, I decided that during these bad times, lots of bad things happen, and it has a tendency to make people do things they normally wouldn't do. Unfortunate but true. I have a couple of friends that have lost their job recently. Not good for them, not good for their kids, not good for anybody, including themselves. I have a husband and wife team that lost their jobs, and they they're a wonderful couple, but they're having a slight problem because of this. Yeah, I believe they gave up their cars and they are starting to bicker, which is something they didn't do before. But let me tell you a little secret about marriage and these times, okay? Love is a very funny word. Does anybody know what the word love means? Okay, let's try this. You know, they make Christmas cards and birthday cards and they spell out the word and they rhyme and reason it, okay? Well, I'm not going to rhyme and reason. I will reason, but not rhyme it. The L in love is loyalty. Well, loyalty goes just about everything, you know, that's why the word love. Loyalty to friends, companions, better halves, bad halves. And then you have the word O. You have to get over it. Yeah, it's an outstanding person that can say, I know you're having a tough time, and I'm going to handle it. That's for sure. And that O is outstanding. V is for versatility. Yeah, you have to do things you normally wouldn't do, and things you might never have done in times like this. And that means tolerating, putting up with, biting your tongue. And then there's E. That wonderful little letter E. E is for the exciting times in love. The times that you can have an argument and get over it right away so that when you go to bed at night you can sleep good. Or that you can have an argument today and tomorrow look back and you don't remember what the hell the argument was about. And that's exciting. That means you love the person that you were arguing with, even though they are a pain in the royal rump right now. But anyway, besides that, you have a simple way of getting around most of this. First of all, conversation always helps. It sure does. But you can't only have conversation one night. Sometimes it takes 2 nights or whatever to get off your chest what's on your chest. So that this way, they know how you feel, you know how they feel. But don't hold back, you see, because it's the little petty things that you're holding back and not saying that cause the problem. It's not the cause, and it's not you can't pay the bills, and it's not the kids are getting on your nerves now, and you haven't got a job and you can't find one. Now, believe it or not, it's the petty little things that will get on your nerves now, and will get under your skin. Oh yes, they'll not only get under your skin, they'll get in your bones, and you'll start getting. I know a word I want to use, but I don't normally curse on here. How about witchy? Or for the fellas, witchy, witchy. But ladies, let me tell you something. When a man loses his job and doesn't feel he has control, he will start to nitpick, nitpick, nitpick. Girls, You just gotta look at him and say, well, nitpick all you want because it's gonna go in one ear and out the other. I have too many things I have to contend with. I have to contend with the kids. I gotta contend with the bills. I gotta contend with you going out looking for work. No money coming in. I have enough to worry about. Besides your nitpicking. And these are one of the things you sit down and tell them. I do not need you to nitpick on top of everything else we have to worry about. And with this, if you straighten these things out right away, please believe me, it's much easier. You have to point it out, straighten it out, especially if you're a woman to a man, because they're thick, and as much as they see it, they don't. And when if he says, I don't understand, say, well, honey, the next time you do it, I'll show you. I'll show you just how you nitpick. I really don't need being nitpicked on. Man, if you're watching this, woman, the same thing. You tell honey, you know, I know you got more to handle now because I'm not bringing home an income. So how about we sit down and discuss what you're all of a sudden doing that you didn't do before, or that you've been doing all along I need less of. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that fall into the category of these times. But you know something? Love actually has a way of taking care of all that. It really does. Because you can be all crazy upset one day. And as a friend of mine did, she sat down and talked to her husband and got most of it straightened out. I'm sure she didn't get it all straightened out. But that's why this video. Even the nitpicking has to be straightened out. Because that's the one thing that will stay under your nerves. You need a clear head so that you can do what you have to do. Whatever it is you have to do, you need a clear head to do it. And this is what he has to be told. On the other hand, anything he says, most times, ladies, in one ear, out the other, because believe it or not, his biggest concern, money in his pocket and getting a job. Those are his only two concerns, believe it or not. They will be on top of his head first and foremost. See, because as your money dwindles down in your bank account, his nerves will get more fragile, and he'll get more upset, and he'll get more crazy. So what you have to do is make sure that his craziness does not exceed what you can handle. And if he picks up another bad habit, nip it in the bud. Because the two of you have to be able to get along in order to get through this. This is a very wonderful thing for the two of you to go through, because when you come out of it, you'll be the better for it. And if you want, sit him down and let him listen to this video. I'll be more than happy to tell him. But at the end, you have loved one another all this time. You have beautiful children. Now what I expect the two of you to do is be adults, not children. Straighten out what comes up. Tell them right away. There's no necessity for this. Or you tell her right away. There is no necessity for this. Things are tough. Let's not make them any tougher. And believe it or not, when you get over this hurdle, you will be just as much, if not more, in love, because you handled it so well. This is an important part of love. It is the most important part. To learn how to not only get along, but to handle the good, the bad, and whatever else comes down the pike. This is one of the bad times. So the two of you have got to sit down and say, this cannot come between us. Oh, I'm sorry. This cannot come between us. It has got to stop now. Anyway, I love you all. I'll be the same. Please grab my shout. We'll see you again. And please take my advice. Love comes first. And all the petty things must be straightened out. Okay? This is an important part of being you and the man that you love, or the man and the woman you love. If you get it before it gets crazy, you'll be fine. I'll be the same. I love you. And I will see you again real soon. I promise, promise, promise. Bye.